Livingroom Conversations.
If you're live in a room, isn't it a living room? Howdy everyone, welcome back to Livingroom Conversations. I'm Joshua Fields Milburn. We're here in my living room in Los Angeles, California, and today is the day. It's the last episode of season 2 of Livingroom Conversations. We have the perfect question for today since we're letting go of this season of Livingroom Conversations. The question is from Sissy, and Sissy asks, how do you just let go? It's such an important question, and it seems like a simple question, or even an easy question. I do think it's simple, but I don't want to make it simplistic, so I think we need to take a look at some of the words here in this question. Let's start with the very beginning. How do, meaning what actions do I take to let go, right? After that, it's how do you let go? Well, you meaning, I guess she's asking me and Ryan, although I'm solo today. It's different for everyone, right? We're going to set aside the how to or how do you let go for a second. Let's set aside the how do. We'll start with the you and realize that your journey of letting go, your simplifying, your ability to minimize what you're trying to minimize is going to look a little bit different for you than it will for me or anyone else. And I think it's important. Simplifying is an individual journey. I really wish it was as simple as me saying, here are the 17 rules for you to simplify your life. That'd be easy. I could write a really simple book about that. But the truth is, it's going to be a little bit different for you. So set that aside for a minute as well. How do you just let go? Man, that word just thrown in there is difficult, right? Because you don't just let go. So let's just take that word out for a second. And now let's get to the let go part. What does it mean? I think when we come to minimalism, we think about the stuff. We think about letting go of the excess things in our life. It starts with the clutter. The average American house has 300,000 items in it, but that didn't happen overnight. It often takes years and years and years to accumulate all of these things that once added value to our lives. But then it does take some time as well to let go of those things. So let's go back to the beginning of the sentence for a second. How do you just let go? How do you let go? The how is important, but before we get to the how, before we get to the actions you need to take, I think we start with the what. What are you trying to let go of? Because, it might be stuff, and especially at first, we're trying to address the physical items in our life. Our material possessions are a physical manifestation of what's going on inside us. And so before we can look inward, we have to look outward and say, wow, there's all of this stuff in my life that I want to let go of. So what am I letting go of specifically? Is it stuff? Or maybe it's a toxic relationship in my life that I have not been able to repair even though I've tried. Or maybe it's the death of a loved one. I know I've lost both of my parents. In fact, my minimalism journey began when my mother passed and I had to deal with her stuff. And just recently, the reason Ryan isn't here is his grandfather passed away, and that's another kind of letting go. Because sometimes we have to let go of what's weighing us down. We have to let go of the past so that we can move on. And for us, our past is often represented by the material objects in our life that are weighing us down. So how is important, but you have to identify what first. So if there's a trinket that you really want to get rid of, if maybe you want to get rid of 80% of the clothes in your closet, that's the what. But then the question is, what are you really letting go of? It's not just the clothes, it's everything they represent. The memories, the sentimentality, the past. It's letting go of the past. It's letting go of the things that are part of our identity. Maybe that's what we're letting go of. So what are you letting go of? And then what are you really letting go of? And after we talk about the what, then we have to think about the why before we even get to the how. Why am I letting go of this? Well, maybe it's because I want to make more room in my life. I want to make more time for my creativity, for my passions, for the people around me, my family, my friends, my relationships. Maybe I want to contribute to my community in a meaningful way. Or maybe I just want to regain control of my finances. Understanding the why is really important. Maybe the why is you just want a less cluttered house, and that's totally okay. And realize that your why is going to be different from my why, and that why might change over time as well. I know when I started letting go, for me, it really was about improving my finances. I made really good money back in the corporate world, but I spent even better money, and so I had a lot of debt. I wanted to get that under control, and I knew that the best way for me to get that under control was to stop bringing so many things in, but also get rid of the things that weren't adding value to my life. Sell them, donate them, get them out of the way so I could get rid of that pull, that desire to accumulate more and more and more. So once you understand the what, and then the what really, and then the why, then we get to the how. And the how do you let go is way simpler than the what and the why. The how, I mean, we all know instinctually how to declutter our houses, right? You know how to go into your closet right now and find the things that really add the most value to your life, the things you enjoy wearing the most, and you know how to get rid of the other stuff. You know how to put it into a bin and donate it to your local donation warehouse or to Goodwill. You know how to do that. But it's really about identifying the things and not getting overwhelmed at first. So I often recommend some rules to help keep you on track, to help the letting go get easier as you go. We've had tens of thousands of people play the 30-day minimalism game. You can check out our video that we did about the 30-day minimalism game. And then of course some rules to keep you going along the way. The 90-90 rule. When you look around at your stuff in your house, have I used this item in the last 90 days? And if not, am I going to use it in the next 90 days? Then if not, I give myself permission to let go. Or the 30-30 rule. If I'm thinking about bringing something new into my life, I'm going to wait at least 30 hours if it costs more than $30. And if it costs more than $100, I wait 30 days. That keeps me from accumulating more stuff as I go on. The 20-20 rule, or what we also call the just in case rule. Anything I'm holding on to just in case I might need it someday, I give myself permission to let go because I know I can replace it for less than $20 in less than 20 minutes from wherever I am. And the good news is you almost never have to use that rule because all those things you're holding on to just in case, you're probably not going to use at all in the future. And the few items you might have to replace, man, it frees up tens of thousands of other items that you're able to get rid of. Whatever rules you use to simplify, realize that you can tailor them just for you. You can find a whole bunch of different rules and suggestions and tips over at our website, theminimalists.com. But what's important is you tailor it for your life and what is going to work for you. What's going to give you that momentum you need to keep going. And then realizing as you let go, you'll never actually get there. Letting go is a lot like a horizon. Once you get to the horizon, there's always going to be another horizon beyond that. The things that add value to your life today may not add value to your life tomorrow. So you're going to have to keep questioning the things that you hold on to and questioning the things that you bring into your life. Finally, once you've figured out how to let go and you're letting go, I think it's important to remember the things that you bring in might be clutter in the future. So the best way for our future selves to declutter is to bring fewer things into our life right now. It doesn't mean deprive yourself, at least not long term, but sometimes you can go without temporarily to discover whether or not these things add value to your life. That is it for this season of Living Room Conversations. We'll be back next season, and if you have questions for us you'd like us to answer, we're going to come back to this video and look at your questions. So please leave them in the comments below. And if you like these videos, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
The Minimalists.